I'm Mike.
And I'm Adam.
And this is Stuff and Waffle. Two friends talking about stuff, and often as not, waffling with frequent reference to Bond cars.
Dare I say it this week that we're in good health?
Yeah, I'm all right.
Good. Yes, the plumbing is working in a satisfactory manner at your end now, so that's good.
I'm operating within acceptable parameters, yes.
Perfect.
Yes.
That's good. Yep, and my dirty Rona's long gone.
That's good.
I would probably say the only thing of note is I have, and this is really odd, I have bought a new espresso machine that arrived today. And I've been setting it up and learning how to use it. And in the process of learning the machine, I've inadvertently, in very quick succession before we started, had about 4 espressos. And Kaylee was like, you do realise while we're testing, you don't necessarily have to drink them all. I was like, well, that seems like a waste.
Yeah, you don't believe in wastage, and
no.
That should, yeah, absolutely. Okay, well, you're not going to get any sleep tonight then.
No, well, I mean, there's the danger of not getting any sleep or being really lively for a very short period of time and then sleep.
Yeah, either way, for the people who share your household, I imagine that will be very annoying.
Well, they don't have to live it, do they?
Well, there is that. Yeah. You carry on down that path and they probably won't be.
No. But yeah, so if we get overly excitable at anything, that's the problem.
It started already.
Yeah. It's not too bad. I've not got the shakes, so it's fine.
That's good. No, well, you didn't have the 5th one, so that's all right.
No, that's the key thing. But the problem is, it's like it's not exactly been a day of no coffees as well, because I mean, I think at work there was at least 4 banged in. So
well, there's never a day of no coffees, is there? To be honest.
No, but today was just like day of sort of meeting and training type stuff. So at no point was I needing the caffeine for coding because I wasn't really doing any.
No, fair enough. Although you did need to stay awake, which through some training sessions can be a challenge. But
I must caveat and say this one was really good.
I'm glad to hear it.
Yeah. So. Yeah. Yep, sleep was not on the cards.
Very good. Right, so you're all hopped up on caffeine, and
So I've got a beer to settle it down. We're just going to counteract it.
Well, standard procedure. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's good.
Banging a load of Italian coffee and then pour some brown beer on top of it. That's spot on.
Yeah. It's recommended to keep the system in real balance, you see.
You're performing a service there, I think.
Oh, I might need a service performing on me at this rate.
Well,
oh dear. Yeah, not so good.
Change the filters.
Oh yeah. Blown hole in them. So, cars.
Cars.
Yes, yeah, rather than caffeine. Yeah. I'll give a brief update from where we were last week. My guy who's looking at the Mini hasn't looked at it yet, so let's go with that. But it's stashed out the way and safe and sound. But yes, it's not a priority.
Yes, we didn't expect a quick result on that one.
No, but I'd rather keep everyone up to date. It's not strictly car related, but as a byproduct, it will make car life easier. The very, very nice chap popped round on Saturday morning to discuss how he's going to mend our driveway.
Ah, yes, you did mention this. Yes, okay.
Yeah. So, we're in a much better position now. So he said, I think. He reckoned it's going to be mid-August-ish, maybe end of August. They'll be around to do it all. So.
Okay, you're going to have it smoothed out a bit.
Completely new. Rip up the old one. We're getting rid of the pointless little lawn out the front. and turning that into a parking space as well.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah,
makes sense.
But we're being very nice about it. So it's not just a sea of tarmac. We're getting some new flower beds on some of the edges as well, so it doesn't just look sterile and grotty.
I mean, you'll drive over them, presumably.
There's a good chance that I might.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
but I'll do my best to avoid.
See that happening. Yeah, get a daffodil up your pipe.
Yeah, that will happen. So yeah, that's very nice to have that sorted. Although I do have a temporary fix at the moment, which is nice.
Park on the road.
No, that's been my very much plan B. But no, our neighbour next door has gone to Australia for an extended period, and she said, "Oh yeah, feel free to use the driveway because my car won't be there."
Perfect.
So yeah, that's
lovely. That's worked out well then.
Yeah. So by the time she's back, our new driveway should be done. So.
Perfect. Very good.
Yeah. So problem solved.
You won't be ripping the battery out of your Model S.
No. Well, I probably won't be doing that. Full stop.
No, but you know.
I mean, the amount of stick I've given certain people for driving Teslas. If I were to get one, oh dear. You imagine?
No, I don't need to imagine. I know exactly what I'd do.
Oh yeah.
And I wouldn't be the only one, would I?
No. They'd have to form an orderly queue, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Yeah, we would get some sort of special plaque for the first one that can make you cry.
Well, I don't know. I'm pretty resilient.
Oh, you are, but we're quite innovative.
I don't know. The thickness of my skin, there's all that. I'd take it, but it would irk me after a while.
Yeah.
You'd probably get called a lot of things, but I wouldn't burst into tears.
So it takes the fun out of it a little bit.
Yeah, it's fine. But yeah, that's my car update. Yeah, I've used mine to go to and from work, and that's about as exciting as it gets of late.
Fair dues, yes, fair dues. Yes, all is well here. The Fiesta remains immobile. The Mazda is fine. The Jag is at the garage. This was a planned visit, as you know.
Yes.
To do the timing belts. But after they'd been on it for a few hours, I did get a phone call.
I see.
Yeah. Hello, it's the garage. Oh no.
What else did they find?
Yes, quite. A little bit of a list of things that need attention.
Go on then.
That simply are not visible since when it's all together. So So we've got one of the turbo hoses looks like it's about to let go.
Okay.
Said I'm surprised if you haven't been having performance problems. I said, well, I genuinely haven't. It's been fine. He said, okay, well that's about to go. So that's and there's a coolant hose in there. Some other sort of bits and bobs. There was a sensor, he said, on the back of the engine that looked like it had snapped off.
Excellent.
That needs replacing, and there's various other bits and bobs, but nothing in itself major, just quite a few of them.
But I suppose good to get it involved.
Do you want to do all this, while we've got it apart? And I said, well, yeah, otherwise if I wait, you're going to charge me for taking it all apart again, aren't you? And he said, well, yeah, would be a lot in labour. I said, yeah, well, I'd rather you did it whilst it's already in bits,
most definitely. Yeah.
Yes.
Get it ticked off.
So he's placed an order with Jaguar for all the bits and bobs, but it's going to be a few days, so I may not get the car back until next week. But that's not a major inconvenience. At the point, we weren't going to be going anywhere this weekend, so
I mean, in fairness, from by the sound of it, you do have a Fiesta lying around.
Well, we do. Yes, that's true. Yeah, so it's probably got a flat battery. I probably ought to check that. But yeah, so a few other bits and bobs with the Jag, which I suppose is not completely unexpected, but
no, but like you say, makes sense just to get it out the way while it's
get
in
it
bits.
all sorted whilst it's all in bits. Yeah, absolutely. They've actually already done the timing belts. They're just waiting for all the other stuff that they found.
Well, they had those because they knew they were doing it, didn't they?
They knew several weeks ago they were going to be doing that, so they'd ordered those in. That was fine. It's the other stuff they found. So yes, there's a Jaguar-shaped hole on the driveway at the moment, but
that's all right. Not the end of the world.
Okay, it'll be all tip-top when it's back. And,
quite. Yeah, it's lovely.
Yes, that'll be absolutely everything done then, because everything works, and that'll be completely sorted.
Good. Well, that's a big old tick in the box, isn't it?
Well, I reckon. Yeah. So that's all going on. So I am without my vehicle at the moment, but I'll be back in a few days.
Okay. Yeah.
But
not so bad.
Speaking of Jaguar, we probably should.
Well, we do from time to time, don't we?
Mm-hmm. Well, there's been a bit more news this week.
Go on then.
Basically, they are axing everything except F-Pace. Is the long and short of it.
Okay. Which is hang on then, because I've seen murmurings, but I just haven't had time to read articles this week.
Right. I wasn't sure whether you'd have seen this or not, but
no, I'm aware of it, but I have it.
I did put it on our Discord for those that are on there, but
yeah, I just didn't have the full details. So just to clarify, you said F-Pace.
Yes.
You didn't say I-Pace.
I did not. That is on the cancelled list as well. So
the only thing left is an internal combustion SUV.
Correct. They will be a single vehicle, single model brand from December, I believe. XE and XF have gone. XJ, as we know, went a while ago.
Yeah.
F-Type went a little while ago. E-Pace and I-Pace will go in December this year.
Right.
Leaving F-Pace as the only vehicle left in the lineup that they will continue producing into next year.
All right. I mean, I say all right. It's not all right.
It's not all right. It's appalling. So I'm surprised. E-Pace and I-Pace are going. We knew they were ditching the saloons. We knew, and the Sport Break, of course, and we knew that they had ditched F-Type.
Yeah.
But I thought the SUVs were safe, but particularly the electric one. But no, E-Pace and I-Pace are going in a few months' time as well. I don't get it. I mean, I-Pace, they haven't, if you'll forgive the phrase, they haven't kept pace with the market. It was, it was never particularly competitive, but on its launch, it at least was on par, at least on paper, with some of the other stuff that was out there. It's very much been left behind. There are lots of EVs now which are as good as, if not considerably better than what I-Pace offers. They haven't developed the platform. The I-Pace platform is not even remotely related to what they say is coming next in presumably 2026. I mean, they're saying that they're not making any money out of anything except F-Pace, so that's all they're going to keep. So I suspect it's a financial decision, and F-Pace's sales figures do exceed everything else in the range and have done for a while.
Okay, I mean, all right, that was my sort of question of going, well, what do the figures look like? I mean, in relative to other Jaguar models, they look strong. I mean, but relative to other cars in that market, that's
the problem, isn't it? Let me just bring up another article that I saw on the subject. Here we go, because this one actually gave some figures. Second quarter of this year, Jaguar sold 111,180 vehicles worldwide.
Okay.
So it's, and E-Pace, I-Pace, and F-Pace accounted for. I'm just wondering if that figure. No, sorry, that figure is for JLR in total.
Okay, right.
So that includes Range Rover and Land Rover.
Right. Okay.
In that same period, yes. Okay, here we are. So of that 111,000, 15,000 of that was Jaguar.
Jaguar in total, yeah.
In total, okay. 95,000 was Land Rover, including Range Rover.
Okay, but here's the thing: the price point of the F-Pace, are they competing with themselves, as in competing with the Land Rover portion? Because the range at the moment is because it's slightly more of a premium SUV, should we say? It's more in line with a Range Rover than it is a Defender, I would say.
Definitely, yeah, definitely.
So the price point of an F-Pace, give or take, is the same price point as a Range Rover Velar.
Yes.
I wonder, it would be, I doubt we'll find it, but it'd be interesting to know what the sales figures for a Range Rover Velar are versus the sales figures for an F-Pace.
Well, I have the sales figures for F-Pace. Again, for that same period, they shifted 5,292 F-Paces. I don't have corresponding Range Rover figures, but so if they are competing with themselves, they're not competing by much.
It just doesn't seem to make sense.
And F-Pace is by far the best-selling model in the Jaguar range.
Yeah, and you think
so? If 5,292 is the best they've got, and as we know when we looked at the figures before, for last year, I believe, it was less than 1,000 XFs. I know that's a different segment, but
it's not good, is it?
If 5,000 cars is the top of your sales performance, it's not a lot, is it? And that's worldwide.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it?
Yeah, that's global. So yeah, I mean, I guess they've looked at it and said, well, we don't want to stop making the brand completely. What's the best one of the bunch? It's the F-Pace. Okay, we'll keep that and dump all the others.
I don't know. And is the plan still for when Jaguar relaunched? Well, I mean, the Jags always considered itself premium, and now it's going to go. Well, yeah, but now our cars are going to be really premium.
I believe so. Yeah, the last plan that we're aware of that they've announced was that they would be competing with the likes of Bentley and that area of the market, the Lamborghini earwax and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, all of that.
Yeah. So, yeah, I believe so. I don't know. I've been reading some of the comments on some of the articles that are out there. Certainly, it seems to be a very pessimistic opinion of what they've announced.
Yep.
well, that's it for Jaguar then, and this is all feeling a bit Rover, and things like that.
It does have that whiff about it, doesn't it?
It does have a whiff of Rover and Saab about it, doesn't it? Yes, which is a real shame. It's the first time in Jaguar's history they have not offered a saloon car or a sports car. Which is, at the end of the day, the two things the brand was built on.
Yeah, I don't get it.
No, I don't get it. I can see why I-Pace sales started to wane, because it wasn't good enough to compete with what else is out there. The rest of the range, though, why haven't they done better? They are good cars. I don't understand why didn't the XF do more damage to the BMW 5 Series or the Mercedes C-Class? Don't understand.
Well, just
or Mercedes E-Class, I suppose it would be.
Yeah. But the trouble is, it's that thing, isn't it? When you've got you're someone who wants your premium or sort of mid type vehicle, they go German.
I know. I know. It's maybe it's a lack of.
It's a sign of the times, because when you and I were growing up, your managing director, he would have a Jag.
Absolutely.
But these days, your managing director will be, if he's environmental, it'll be a Tesla. If he's a bit of a car guy, it's going to be M5 RS6, something like that.
Yeah, it is. Probably not even going to consider a Jag.
No.
Even an R badged Jag. And I think that was the problem. Maybe it was a marketing misstep somewhere. They should have done better.
Yeah,
because the cars are better than the sales would suggest.
It sounds to me like a marketing issue.
Yeah, but here we are. So from this point on, certainly I would guess for the next 12 months at least, it's F-Pace or nothing.
I'll go for nothing if that's okay.
I'll go for a second-hand something or other. Thank you.
Yeah.
As indeed I have.
Yes.
So.
Yes.
Such a shame.
It's shit, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's very upsetting. But. I'm not happy about it. It's so sad. And we haven't heard anything about this new electric platform for a while, other than, as far as we know, that's still the plan.
Yeah.
We've not seen anything.
I don't think we will either. I'm worried, really worried.
I am. But they're just going to say, okay, well, that'll be that. Once F-Pace runs out of steam, which it surely will.
Oh yeah, it wouldn't take a minute.
They're only shifting 5,000 a quarter as it is, by the look of it. Surely, how are they even making money on that?
5,000 a quarter, it's not a lot, is it?
It really isn't, because they're not that expensive. So, I don't know. You do see F-Paces around. But that's 5,000 globally. I mean, truth. That really is not very many cars.
It's just, I don't get it. I really don't.
Anyway, that surfaced again this week, and yeah.
Which is interesting because sorry, go back to the figures again. So What was the overall figure for JLR?
For JLR in total, for the second quarter of this year, it was 111,180 units sold at retail.
Yeah, and that was, and what was the portion of Jag?
15,324 of that is Jaguar.
Yeah. Okay. That's a lot of Range Rovers they're flogging in comparison to Jags.
It's 95,856 Land Rover badged vehicles.
That's big, and their sales figures are going up, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. And Jaguars are going down. Well, clearly they're going to go down because they're now only going to be selling
they make a car.
So they make the one car. Yes.
Dear.
Presumably that's just a single production line in the factory then, and everything else will be Range Rover. And Land Rover.
Yeah, because they're churning out Range Rovers in there. What they got 4 variants, haven't they? Got Big Boy, Sport, Velar, and Evoque.
Evoque, yes.
And then they've got Defender in its various lengths, and they've got
that's right,
Discovery, and they still do Discovery Sport as well.
They do Discovery Sport, I believe, and that's it, I think, isn't it? They don't do Freelander or anything anymore, so
praise the Lord.
Yes, we're thankful for that. No more Hippo, but it's a very small number.
Yeah, it is.
So but if they're saying they only make money on F-Pace, and all the others are not profitable. They haven't said they make a loss. They said they're not profitable. Then I guess its profitability may go up, but it's going to be a smaller number.
Yeah, it's massively smaller. And you think the amount of people that are buying Range Rovers for a lot of money, the margins on those must be glorious for JLR.
Yeah, I'd have thought so. Yeah, the kind of figures they're charging. Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure we've quoted it before, but we've read that the average Range Rover coming off the line is about 180 grand spec'd.
You've said average. Average.
Yeah. And you're like, that's a lot. You've got to think, it's not... I'm not an astute businessman in the world of car production, but it's not costing them 180 grand to produce that car. Nowhere near it.
No, it can't be. No, as you say, nowhere near. So the profit margin on Range Rover must be enormous.
And if they're flogging, what do you say, about 95,000?
95,856 a quarter.
Yeah, so you give or take 400,000 cars a year with some decent margins on them.
That's a proper volume.
Yeah, fair play. I mean, I don't want one. I think they're silly, the new ones. I really do.
Agreed.
I know car prices are not where we think they are these days, but those are obscene for what they are.
Yes, they are.
Because you read it in the press, they are not the best put together things in the world by any stretch.
No, they're not. They do have a reputation for that.
So it's trading on its brand rather than its quality product, I think.
Yes.
I know.
Agreed.
I know people who are customers of theirs, and they said they're actually treated really well. So that goes a long way. That really does go a long way. Even if your product lets you down a little bit, as long as that customer service is there, you can probably bridge the gap.
You don't hear many horror stories about their dealerships. No, that's true. But that's clearly the part of the business that's going to be kept around. I'd say it's touch and go for Jaguar.
Most definitely. It's ridiculous. It's going to tank. It really is.
Yeah. If F-Pace starts to tail off in the next 12 months...
we're buggered, innit?
Well, I mean, it depends how much they've poured into the new electric platform, but presumably that same platform could be used for the Land Rover products.
You'd have thought so.
In which case they'll just funnel it into the electric Range Rover and off we go. Because as we've said before, your die-hard Range Rover buyer probably isn't going to care whether it's petrol, diesel or electric.
No.
If that's the latest Range Rover, or the latest Range Rover's electric, I'll have that.
Yeah.
They're not going to care. And actually, if you're doing proper off-road stuff, there's actually quite a lot of advantages to the electric drivetrain.
Because most Range Rover drivers take them off-road. So.
Well, a tiny percentage do.
I mean, sub 1% do. Yeah,
yes,
that's right.
Yes. And for that 1%, the EV drivetrain is going to be really good.
Yeah.
But for the rest of them, wafting about in Chelsea, well, it's quiet and, lower tax and all that kind of stuff for the moment. So, they're not going to care. If they want a Range Rover, the new one's electric. Okay. Yeah. Still want a Range Rover.
But it's I mean, do what you like with your Range Rovers. Keep the brand going. Fine, not a problem. I'm not going to buy one. I'm not interested. I don't care. But it's so disappointing about Jag.
Yeah, it is. And are we in the death throes of it? I have a horrible feeling we might be.
I think we genuinely are. I'm happy to be proved wrong, but it doesn't feel great at the moment.
I would love to be proved wrong, but it looks pretty abysmal at the moment. Yeah.
You
have to stick to the old ones.
Yeah, I'm afraid so. Using disappointment as a theme.
Oh, please do.
Do you know what? I've caught up with the Goodwood unveilings and a bit of the coverage.
Yes, I've watched some of the Smith and Sniff stuff from there. Yeah.
And I've got no issue with their content, good as ever. However, I think the offerings this year were very disappointing.
Yeah.
There was nothing there that made me go, cool, look at that. I mean, I know you and I were discussing the Mini, going, it's probably the most interesting thing there. And even when I saw the Mini, I went, it's not radical enough, or it doesn't look Larry enough for me. When I look at a John Cooper Works, I want it to look daft.
Yeah, I don't like the styling of this latest one.
No, that doesn't help, does it?
The EV variant of it has been slightly improved.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's got a bit better range, a few nice features on it, although it's now more expensive than the petrol one, which it wasn't before.
Yep.
To the tune, I think, of about £7,000, so quite significantly more than the petrol one. Don't like how it looks at all.
No.
Just don't. The Mini, with each release since whatever it was, 2001, 2002, has got worse, in my opinion.
Yeah,
that first one was the best, and each release since then, it's got slightly worse.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Until here we are now. I think the front looks ridiculous, and the back does not look like a Mini.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
Yeah, I think I'm happy with my summing up there.
Yeah, I got no problem with that whatsoever.
The front, I tell you what, the front. Look, do you remember years ago there was a Chinese knockoff of the Mini?
I do.
It looks like that. Yes.
Yeah.
It looks like a Chinese knockoff of their own car.
It's not good, is it?
No, only it doesn't even look quite as good as that did.
No, that looks more like a Mini than this one does. But yes. It's such a shame. And like the in terms of like ridiculous exotica, the one thing that I was kind of interested in, do you know what left me a bit cold? And that was the Red Bull car. I just looked at it and went, I mean, yeah, it's probably brilliant, but it did half look a bit. Yeah.
There was really nothing there this year. Really nothing there that we haven't either seen somewhere else already, or even the stuff that was announced for the first time there. Yeah, it wasn't particularly exciting. And I've also seen quite a lot of negative reports from people who actually attended.
Yeah.
Saying, I don't think I'll bother again. It was a bit crap.
Yeah, a lot of people going, a bit crap, bit overpopulated, bloody expensive. I saw someone saying, nipped in, got some breakfast, a bacon roll and a coffee, 15 quid lighter.
Jesus.
Like, what on
For
earth?
A bacon roll and a coffee.
I know it's a captive audience, but that is an utter piss take.
You
Something that
expect to
is
pay a bit more at a show, but yeah.
that is ridiculous. I mean, and it's not even that sort of thing. Oh, goes very good cause. It's not. This is on a bloody fancy estate.
It's not.
It's
This is not for charity.
No, it's not. This is a rather indulgent event in a setting that is just dripping with old money.
Yeah, oh, very much so.
Yeah, and you got the gall of like that sort of thing of people charging that for some basic food. That is obscene.
Yeah, it is. It is.
I mean, yeah. I grant you, it's probably not the individual traders' fault. I bet they're being fleeced by the event itself in order to be able to be there to sell the food.
Oh, the fees for a stand there will be horrific.
Yeah.
But
it doesn't. All of this press and just go. Loads of other people go, "Oh, it's great," and then you look and going, "Yeah, you were invited, weren't you?"
Yes.
Yeah, you're not paying. You're not Joe Public going in and going, "Well, I've paid quite a lot for a ticket, and now I've gone in and gone, cool. I've got here quite early. I'm a bit hungry. Oh, look, I've been fleeced."
Yes. 15 quid for a bacon roll and a coffee.
Madness. Utter
madness. Yes, I agree. There was very little there. I thought that was of particular interest. I thought in a couple of places even Smith and Sniff were struggling a little bit with some of the content. Like they were almost having to,
fill the time.
The time a little bit. I was just sweeping around in the corners to try and find something to talk about.
No, I think considering I was most looking forward to the Mini, it was that Prelude concept that was the best thing to look at.
Yes, that was good. There was a sniff at the MG Cyberster Coupe.
GTS, was it?
GTS, that's right. Yes, indeed.
Yeah, they're not too shabby at all. That looked nice.
That looked very nice. Yes, one of the cheaper cars there as well.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, coupe version of that's grand. But I'm struggling to even think of anything else.
Right, hang on. I've got a couple of them here. So we had the as luck would have it, the very on point we inadvertently spoke about last week. The Yangwang U9 was there.
Oh, was it?
I think it even went up the hill.
There you are. You see, nice bit of Yangwang there.
There was this is really on point for us, and speaks volumes about the event itself. The facelift Cullinan was there.
Yes, if there's ever a car that's better suited to its surroundings.
Yeah, I'm really all right.
Oh my word, that is one of the most stupid cars that's ever been produced.
Utter nonsense. Again, going back to last week's episode, the Capri went up the hill.
Yes, I saw the Capri was there. Yeah.
One other offering from Ford, the Mustang GTD went up. Now that was a bit of kit. I'll give them that.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
The horrifically styled Aston Martin Valiant. I mean, just awful.
Oh dear. Yes, that's not a good one, is it?
No. I can't think of anything else off the top of my head, but yeah, I saw those and like that's. But I mean, if that's the headlines, come on.
Yeah, I know. It's a real problem, isn't it?
We can do better than that, can't we?
There was apparent.
We had the M5s go up the hill, sort of all eras of M5, and then we had the new one, which was hideous in comparison to the cars that preceded it up the hill, and sounded like just a sort of dull, wet fart. Which is weird. It's like no one wants that.
No, they don't. I don't know what BMW. See, they're another one. I mean, they're not in the state that Jaguar is in, but
no, people are buying their cars.
Yes, there's a concept. But I did notice it didn't. I don't think it made it into any of the videos, but I did notice there was a prototype of a new version of the Grenadier.
Oh yeah, which there are a couple of them, and you go, "Oh, that's new, is it?" Because it looks awfully like the current one.
It's exactly like the current one. Yes, it's a V8 now, but yeah, I actually saw a Grenadier last week locally.
Yeah, there is one around here because I see them doing the school run every time I drive to work.
Oh, okay, right. Yeah, I saw it in the supermarket and thought, oh look, it's one of those.
Yeah.
Move on.
Yeah, quite.
Yes.
I mean, interesting that it's getting a V8 rather than it's the BMW Straight 6 at the moment, isn't it?
Yes, that's right. Although this may only be a limited edition.
Yeah. I'm still not fussed myself.
No.
And I'm still trying to get us a chat with an actual owner as well.
That would be great. I would very much like to chat to someone who's put money down for one.
Yeah, someone's actually bought it with their hard-earned cash. Yeah, I do have a foot in the door there. I am working on it.
That would be good to know about that. Yeah. But yeah. As for Goodwood, well,
meh. Yeah,
I
really struggled.
I think that show is going to get surpassed fairly soon.
I tell you what, I mean, having been because I've done 3 or 4 scrambles now at Bicester, and just go, you know what, the vibe is superb, and the fact that there's a cap on the tickets, and they always sell out when you go there, and it never feels overpopulated.
Yeah. Well, and you get everyone turning up there as well, don't you? And you can actually talk to them.
Yeah.
People like Monkey Harris or whatever are actually there, and Harry and Johnny and people like that.
Yeah. They just rock up. They take their own car, and they're just milling about.
They're not off in some VIP section that you can't get anywhere near. They're just milling about with everybody else, and you look round and one of them standing next to you, and that's how it should be. Yeah. I think that sort of thing is much more how it should be. Yeah,
it's so nice there, and it's not like we were commenting about what breakfast costs you. It's all sensibly priced. And everyone's having a lovely time.
Everyone's just there because they like cars and they want to look at cars and talk about cars.
Yeah.
So there's no pretensions at all, is there?
No, not at all.
Goodwood has gone off the rails a bit from everything I'm reading.
Yeah, dare we say a little self-indulgent.
Yes.
You mentioned Mr. Harris there.
I did.
Do you know what? Something that completely and utterly passed me by. Because I clearly operating with my head up my arse. That he left collecting cars.
He did some weeks ago.
Yes. Yeah, sort of mid-June by the look of it.
That's right. He did put out a brief video on the gram.
Yeah, I was a little late to the party. I saw that many weeks after it actually.
Okay, yeah, he did put out a little thing saying, yes, the rumours are true. I have gone from collecting cars and the podcast is done, but I'm going to be starting something else, and etc. So
because I was a big fan of the podcast. I know that for some weird reason that podcast got some stick of going, oh, there's rich people talking about cars. It's not, you can't relate to it. It's like, I don't care. It's still amusing stories.
It doesn't seem to be affecting Harry or
no, and it's like none of them were. It's not like they were bragging or smug about it. It was their experience with cars. Yes, they're better funded than us, so be it.
Yes, they can get through more cars in a year than we can.
Be happy for someone being successful, for Christ's sake. Cheer up, internet dickheads.
This is the hardest country in the world to be successful. They don't let you do it.
If you become successful, you're immediately a knob.
Yeah, that's right. That is exactly what it's a disease in this country. It really is. A mistrust of someone who's been successful.
Oh, it's such a stupid thing. But I mean, that podcast, I miss it enormously. He did allude to the fact that there will be something to replace it.
He did. He said that in that video that there will be. He wouldn't go into details, but he said there will be something coming to replace it. But I don't know why he's left collecting cars. But
and we won't speculate. That's not fair.
No, because we know nothing.
No, we know nothing. There's plenty of rumours going around, but I'm not going to address rumours because I don't want any issues. Nope. I've got a lot of time for Mr. Harris, and I will not speculate. That's his own business. He does what he wants.
Absolutely nothing to do. Who are we to comment on things like that?
Precisely, but there's only the fact that the other day I was a collecting cars video popped up on YouTube, and I'm like, who's this bloke? It was fine. It was really interesting. I enjoyed the video, but it's like, well, Chris hasn't done it in a while. And I skimmed back, and then did some Googling, and went, oh, yep, Grandad's late to the party. He's left.
I've missed all this. Right.
Yes.
Okay.
For Christ's sake.
Yeah, I did see the video on Instagram and thought, oh, that's a shame. But he's put his own videos out on YouTube since then.
Yes, I've seen a few of those.
Some restoration work he's having done on his BMW touring.
And I know he's been filming with Paddy McGuinness for the BBC.
I have heard this. Yes.
Where they're doing something, it's not Top Gear by any stretch, but they're doing something different. They're going, right, 2 middle-aged guys, get on, doing some car stuff, doing some road trips.
Well, that's all people wanted in the end anyway, wasn't it, really?
Yeah.
That's what the Grand Tour has become, really, and even that, is reportedly now coming to an end. So,
well, I mean, if this week's to be believed, the production company has been dissolved.
Yes, I believe so. But there are still, I think, a couple more that have been made but haven't been.
Yeah. I think there's at least one in the can. I mean,
yes.
But I mean, I tell you what, I'd rather it ended on good terms like it has.
Oh yeah, well they're all on to other things now, aren't they? In fact, I was going to mention to you that I think they've done one already, but there's going to be more. Richard Hammond and the Drive Tribe gang doing events at Haynes.
Yes, yeah, I saw that and thought, well, that is a bit of us.
We need to get in on that. Yes.
I tell you what's really annoying as well is that this coming Breakfast Club is a Japanese day. It's just bloody annoying because I'm in Silverstone that weekend.
You can't do it. Oh,
yeah.
No.
Bollocks.
Oh, that would have been a good Saturday. Or whatever it is. Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't have minded that, but yeah, a bit annoying.
Done that. Yeah, so we could have gone up for that. Well, we'll keep an eye on that. But yes, apparently they've done one already, and Hammond himself is attending. I think he's got a few of his cars now in the display.
Oliver is definitely in the museum.
Oliver is in the museum, and I think there might be a couple of others. But yes, they're going to be holding these regular Drive Tribe events, and whether there's any element of the smallest cog there or not, I don't know.
Oh, there's bound to be.
Bound to be, yes.
It doesn't hurt to get a bit of press, does it?
Certainly not. He has got a business to run there after all.
Yeah, we're more than happy to support that. We'll consider that almost local, so that's fine.
Well, I mean, yeah, it kind of is, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
So, yes, we should, next time they're doing that, we should make the effort to go up.
Yeah, I mean, there's another one that before we wrap it up for the evening, there's another place that I've been quite enjoying supporting that is even more local than that, and that's Refuel down in Columpton.
Oh, yes, I've heard of that. Yes, I've not been there, but yeah.
So I've been once. I know Rob and Chris have been a couple of times now. Just it's really nice. It's simple. It's not Haynes level of glamour or anything. All it is a really big car park and a nice cafe serving some decent breakfast and grub. It's just it's really nice. Just have a mingle with some car people.
Yeah.
Have a fry up. Perfect.
Perfect. Everything you want.
Yeah.
Yes.
Honestly, couldn't recommend it enough. Yeah.
Very good. We should make that happen too then.
Yeah. Yeah, it's annoying because the last Japanese day is when I had COVID, so I slept right through it.
Completely missed it.
So yeah, we'll have to make that a different day. I think there's another Japanese one at the beginning of September.
Okay, well, we'll keep an eye on that then.
Yeah, well, considering your household does have an offering, so.
Oh, that's very true. Yes, I keep forgetting. Yes, that is Japanese, but of course it is. Yes.
Yes, quite. We could convoy it up.
Oh, yeah, indeed we could. Yes, in our perfectly formed Japanese vehicles. Yes.
Yes, that's it. It's I don't know. Is that Dawn's sort of bag? Huh?
I would say no, but I will put it to her.
Well, please do. I mean, well, that's your business. But I mean, last time I went, Kaylee came down. She quite enjoyed her day out. So.
Okay, yeah. Well, I expect I could probably persuade. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the offer of bacon will surely have some sort of sway.
Oh well, clearly. I mean, that's the universal leveler, isn't it? Really.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. No issue at all there. But yeah, there we go. Look at us go. We've got recommendations. We've got events. We're all over this.
Pork-related products.
Oh yeah, and it was a good fry up as well. I have to say that it had all of the right constituent parts and all of the necessary extras, because I know people are fussy. Not everyone's going to want a bit of black pudding and such like.
I love black pudding, but I can't stand mushrooms. You see, so
it's interesting. Whereas I'm very much like a skip. You can just put anything in and I'll shovel it in.
That's true. I'll have the lot.
Yeah. I keep it simple. It's like when I place an order and they say, "Well, is there anything you don't want?" I'm like, no, I'm not
if
awkward.
You've got it. Put it on there.
I'll have it. It's I don't know. It's like all of the weird things that people eat and go, "Oh no, I don't know about that. I don't know if I'd try that." And it's like, well, I can't wait to go to sort of various places in the world and bang in some insects and stuff like that. I'm all for it. Honestly.
Well, and there's the episode title.
Yeah, I'll bang in anything. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we have heard that. Yeah.
Right. Oh God. Right. Let's draw a line under it. Sharp.
You've crashed the podcast again.
It's only meant food, but you put it in the gutter. Oh dear.
Yes. That's where it ends up.
More often than we might think.
Well, I think that's probably enough of that for this week. Check us out on all the various social medias and things. Thank you very much for listening.